I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there try to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake.
Get up there and tell me who raised the boy that you show a picture of him being a football player is running around illegally in possession of a stolen gun and an extra magazine in a stolen car. Talk about that at the press conference too. Why y'all raising a boy like this? SHINERGY is actually live. It's 5 years in the making, 3 years in formulation, and I don't even know how to, I'm like in shock that we finally got it in production. All of our staff are now mandated to drink SHINERGY. I'll just play it. No, but for real, if they want an energy drink, they got to drink SHINERGY. Can't bring nothing else up in this building. But it's an incredible product, all natural product. If you take the day and the night together, that's when you get complete energy, which a lot of energy companies don't want to tell you because they need you to be tired so you can have to use their energy drinks. But we want you to get a great night's sleep so you wake up with energy and also have sustainable energy and focus throughout the day. A bunch of natural ingredients. We use ashwagandha, magnesium, melatonin in the night drink. And we use a bunch of other nootropics in the day drink that will give you clean, sustainable energy. No crashing, none of that bull crap. Just straight quality energy. And eventually I'm gonna put my formulator on here because I think that we need to give him a shout out because I want to introduce you guys to him. Like, we don't private label this stuff. We had it formulated from scratch. I mean, we talked to a person. I said I need it to be like this. I need it to taste good. I need it to have efficacy. I want all of the best supplement products and vitamins you can put in an energy drink that can give you good energy without screwing you over. So make sure you go to SHINERGYLife.com, SHINERGYLife.com. And for everybody else that purchased and pre-order, when you get it, taste it, and leave a review. Give us a 5-star if you believe it's 5-star worthy. All right, I made a video about this yesterday, and it obviously had a tremendous amount of reach, but it's the Ryan Hinton family. And this is the situation where the young man, 18, had no business with a gun. I don't care who you are. This is objective truth. The young man was 18, illegally possessing a firearm. Is this his GoFundMe? I thought they got rid of it. They made another GoFundMe. This boy, and of course they show a picture of him playing football. They show a picture with that pistol in his hand. Think about this for a minute. Why would this kid be in a stolen vehicle with a pistol in his hand? Do you think that this picture represents what this kid is all about? I don't think so. They found a random picture of him looking sweet and put it up there. Show the picture with the pistol. Not you. Show the picture with the pistol. Show the picture of him running from police. And I want to make a comparison contrast. Carmelo Anthony's GoFundMe, $500,000. This kid's GoFundMe, after he had a gun illegally in a stolen vehicle in which he probably stole from a black person. His is more than that 7-year-old that got killed. Y'all suckers can't lie no more. Your motives are clear. Mark Carey, I don't know who that is. I want to, is this clickable? I want you to click. You can just tell me. I want you to find this GoFundMe and click on a see top donors. I want to see if a celebrity or somebody pop up as a top donor. Mark Kelly donated $1,000 to this kid. He's considered a top donor. Go to top. So the top people gave $1,000. So two people gave $1,000. One was anonymous. One was Mark Carey. Another one was Sade Britt. And then another anonymous was $200. People giving money to this boy family. And he running around with a stolen gun. But let me play a clip of the press conference that his mama and them had. Is it a video or just a text? Let's play the clip of the press conference so you know. But let me say this before we started, just in case you're not aware of the situation. I know I mentioned a little bit. 17-year-old running around like a thug with a stolen gun in his hand with an extra magazine. Who knows what crimes were committed with that gun? In a stolen vehicle, get pulled over by the police. He's running from the police after not obeying no commands that they were giving him. They show a picture of the gun in his right hand. He's running with the gun in his hand when he encounters a cop after he's running through trash cans. Now, the cops claim that he pointed the gun at them. The family claimed that he didn't. The body-worn camera that we were privy to doesn't show the full story. It doesn't look like he pointed the gun. It doesn't clearly look like he pointed the gun on the body-worn camera, but that doesn't really matter because if he's running like this and the cops see the gun like this, a cop can interpret that as being pointed at him because the gun like this can easily go like this. The gun like this can go like this. You shouldn't be running with a gun in your hand in the first place. What are you planning to do with the gun? It's not on the hip. He's running with it in his hand. He didn't ditch the gun. He didn't leave it behind. He didn't throw it down. The boy is running from the police with the gun in his hand. What is he going to do with the gun? Can't jump a fence with it in your hand. And if he's doing like this in one little glimpse, a cop see him, see the gun, the cop can reasonably interpret that he's pointing the gun at him. It happens like this. It don't happen in slow-mo and you watch it 10, 15 times. It happened like this. The cop is chasing somebody. Watch out, he has a gun, he has a gun, he has a gun. He look, he see the gun, see the kid, see the gun in the hand, boom. And this sorry family, I want to cuss. What are they saying? He was a good kid, he was doing this. Okay, maybe he was. But one of you sorry son of a guns, get up there and tell us why he had a gun in his hand. Get up there and tell me who raised the boy that you show a picture of him being a football player is running around illegally in possession of a stolen gun and an extra magazine in a stolen car. Talk about that at the press conference too. Why y'all raising a boy like this?
I'm Rodney Hinton Sr. I want to give a condolence out to the officer that got killed, my whole family. I'm asking for forgiveness, and I've been praying hard for the officer that killed my grandson. I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. If I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there try to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too. So that's what I seen. So it's not about revenge or anything. I have nothing against nobody. You know, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I represent Him. So, with that said, please, everybody, just try to forgive everybody who done anything to anybody.
Just written for you. This
time out. I love that. Now, I hadn't seen this press conference, but I like that. To me, see, his son is the one that ran over the cop and killed him. I wish his son was thinking like that. I wish when that boy died and he watched the body camera, he didn't say, I'm going to go run over a random cop. Let me tell you why. Go back. Put him on the screen. I like that. I like him. This is the way you do a press conference, in my opinion. I mean, in this situation, right? Be honest about the film you watch. I didn't see a cop kill. I saw two scared people. Is that not fair? I like this guy. Hold on. Let me finish what I was going to say. But his son, see, this is the problem. I bet this man raised his son right, and he went off. And then his son raised his grandson wrong, because what he's saying is right. Putting God first, forgiveness. He ain't on here lying about what he saw in the footage and none of that stuff. And I know you get hurt. You see your kid get killed. I don't care if your kid wrong. I know it hurt, but he fair. And unfortunately, his son wasn't fair, because not only did the kid die who had a stolen gun and all that stuff, his dad is also dead, because he went and ran over a cop and killed a cop. He finna do the rest of his life in prison, maybe get the chair. How is that justice? You raised the kid with a gun doing crazy stuff that y'all told him not to do. He ended up getting killed. Then you go kill a man that had nothing to do with it. You lost on every end. You lost as a parent. You lost your son. And now you finna lose your life because you killed a man that had nothing to do with nothing. But I will say this, because I'm not afraid to say it. I didn't watch the press conference before this. I misjudged how this was going to turn out. And I don't know if anybody else is going to get on camera and say nothing crazy, but this looked like he a good man, and he had the right mindset. And it's sad for that boy to die, but be honest when you're at these press conferences. Roll the clip.
Make sure you understand.
Yeah, it's a peace thing for me, for everything, for everybody to heal off this. I want everybody to heal off this. You know, it was just like a mistake. I really feel bad for the officer who was shooting, because I can see the scariness in him too. People can't see it because I'm going spiritual with this now. So I was able to see that God had allowed me to see this part of the accident. You know, just like my son made an accident too. So he made an accident. Just, you know what I'm saying, just trying to just move on now. That's all I'm trying to do on. And I'm praying for the officer and their family, you know.
How hard has this been for your your entire family from Thursday into Friday with all of this playing? That's a lot.
It's been hard on my side of the family. I know it's been hard on Tori, because me and Tori, you know, we and her is so tight. We used to be born on the same day. So God, it's crucial how me and her have to end up to explain this now. We born on the same day, but different years. You know what I'm saying? So all this was building up to this point. But I was trying to I have to bring the peace to this. There's no violence in this, no revenge.
You're aware there's social media chatter that people in the community might feel a different way?
We haven't been
on it at all.
I'm being no social media. I don't do no Facebook, nothing. I just rely on the power of God. That's it.
I can't even express how I feel right now about, I'm angry because it shouldn't have never happened. I want to find out exactly what.
Hold on. I bet you grandma was telling that boy, don't you go and with them guns and you be thugging and listening to that music, don't you go out there and act like that. You were raised better than that. Your grandfather raised you better than that. Don't you go out there and act like a thug. Don't you go out there hanging with them boys. Don't you go out there think you some gangbanger and you gonna be a thug. You gonna end up in jail or hell. Don't you go out there and act the fool. Cause I swear some of these kids, they grandparents be telling them and they don't listen. And then they end up like this. Roll the clip.
Steps was taken and the protocol. And if everything comes out that it's not what it should have been, we need to do something about change and training and diversity and understanding us as a black culture. We as black people, we don't deserve to be killed.
Hold on, Grandma. Grandma finna mess it up. I'll play it, but Grandma, don't mess this up, Grandma. I know you feeling some type of way about your grandbaby or whatever he is to you, but Grandma, you finna mess it up. Please don't say, please, Grandma. If I had my grandma, I'd say, Grandma, come here, Grandma. I love you. Like, don't get on here and say nothing crazy, because the dude in the background, which black people, you don't know how old they are. Because I think this is the guy who killed the police officer. I think that's his daddy. So that dude got to be in his 60s. And she looked kind of older. So this may be great-grandma. Regardless of that, he finished it good. Grandma, don't start talking about black people, because what your grandson did ain't black people. What your grandson did is foolery. Unfortunately, he's dead. I wouldn't tell Grandma this to her face because I don't want to hurt her. But for y'all, I ain't probably never going to, this woman ain't never going to watch my videos. But don't say us black people and they got to understand us, because us ain't 18-year-old with a stolen gun in a stolen car with a gun in his hand running from police. That's not us. We don't deserve to die, but we also ain't putting ourselves in this situation, right? How many black people get shot? Let me put this in perspective for y'all. How many black people get shot unarmed every year by police? We just assume that every unarmed person is, now let's say black people that get shot, period. I think the number got to be like 1,200 or something like that. I mean, I don't even know if it's that much. But let's just say it's 1,200. It's 40 million black people. So 1,200 black people out of 40 million black people, that's, I think it's more of a chance you get struck by lightning to get killed by the police, period. So black people ain't getting killed by the police like that. So your grandson ain't an example of black people. He's an example of thugs, thuggery, hard R's, unfortunately. And I wish this wasn't the truth for that young man. But you got to call it for what it is. You shouldn't been doing, you running around with a gun is crazy to me. Extended magazines, and what are you doing with the gun? Why are you in a stolen car? Did you rob somebody? Do you got bodies on that gun? Why are you doing this when it don't look like you came from a family that's crazy like that? Roll it.
Just because we're running away from the police, we're scared just as much as they are, whether we did something right or wrong.
Grandma, he had a gun.
This is everyday life for us, being scared of the police.
No, Grandma.
Take that in consideration while everybody is making comments on the parent should have did this and the parent should have did that.
Okay, come on. Because I ain't worried about it.
Grandma,
I want to address all the negativity and saying he was being in a stolen car, this and that. Listen,
come on, but don't mess it up, please.
he was supposed to be at home that night.
Right.
And shit, let me get this out. He had no business being in a stolen car, man. He had a bed to come home to. He slept in a car. He couldn't get in the house. All right. He called me like 6-9 times, like 12, like between 12 and 1. He called me trying to get in. Text me. And I was asleep. I'm so sorry. This was never supposed to happen to you. Ever. I'm so sorry, Ron. I'm so sorry.
Boy, that's so sad. I want to cry. God dang, boy. Why this boy in a stolen car? Why does this boy got a gun? That's the thing that, it sounds sad, but it's like, I remember when I was young, I thought that stuff was cool. I thought having a gun, being in a gang was cool. And I know how boys get caught up like this, but why do you have a gun? If the kid was just in a stolen car and he was running from the cops, he would have never got shot, for sure. He'd have probably went to jail. He probably got a little time, but he wouldn't have lost his life. But why does an 18-year-old boy got a gun? Ladies and gentlemen, like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I was young, when you live in the hood, and I don't know if they live in the hood, I'm just assuming they do, because this hood behavior right here. When you live in the hood, you got access to a lot of stuff that regular people don't have access to. When I was in high school, I cannot confirm or deny that my brother bought a gun from somebody. It's an illegal gun, it was a stolen gun. You can get a stolen gun like it's like getting some Girl Scout cookies. He told homeboy, look, you got a heater or what? I can go get you one. I don't know. We all in high school. He come back, he had the gun. Now I was too scared, I didn't want nothing to do with it. Brother went to not confirm or deny, my brother went to the parking lot at the school, took the gun, shot in the air a couple times, boom. I don't know what he did with the gun after that. I don't know what he did. I don't remember ever seeing it again. But that's how quick you can get a stolen gun. And we weren't raised like that. But listening to that music and embodying that lifestyle, I swear, I hope a young boy listening to me, it will not lead you down a path of success. It is a myth. It's a lie. These dudes out here rapping and acting like that, they ain't living like that. Go talk to somebody that went to prison for some real time. Talk to somebody that went to prison 15 years, 18 years, like Raphael that I know. Ask him about the sounds at night when grown men getting raped in there. I called my cousin on the phone. He been in there 15 years. Call him on the phone, tell him how I feel to be in prison. Tell him how I feel to be in prison when your daughter was a little kid and now she almost 18. She finna graduate and you ain't gonna see the graduation. She went to prom and you ain't see the prom. She gonna have her first boyfriend, you ain't gonna be there. She gonna get married, you ain't there. You ain't walking your daughter down the aisle. You ain't had a woman in I don't know how long. Come on. They don't tell you about that. Raphael told me that he was messed up because in prison you grow physically, but you don't grow mentally. He had never had a girlfriend before he went to prison when he was 15. He had never had a girlfriend before. He never kissed a girl before. Raphael had never been to prom. He never been to a graduation. He never driven a car before he went to prison. Let them D-boys and them dudes making the music, let them tell you that part. Let them tell you how you want to take your own life because you feel like your life over because you've been in there for 15 years in a cage like an animal. You ain't been outside in the free world. They have invented cell phones while you've been in prison. My uncle has been in prison before they had cell phones. He's my great uncle. He got 25 years to life. He been in there since I was like 8. I'm 38. He been in there over 30 years and he ain't getting out. He went in when think they had the block phone in the car when they had car phones. No internet, no cell phones, no Facebook, none of that when he went to prison. There was still VHS tapes and tapes that you put in a tape player. You pull it out and you wind it up like this, put your finger in the hole and wind it up. Nintendo was a thing when he went to prison. It wasn't even Nintendo 64, just regular Nintendo. Can you imagine that? Let them tell you it's all cool to be gangster and be a thug and you out here grinding, you doing all this stuff. These fools live in Beverly Hills. They live in Calabasas. They live in the foothills. They live in a multi-million-dollar house with security and all of those. And they telling you to thug it on the street and gang bang and throw up them signs and they all cool and they doing this and snorting coke and doing drugs and it make you think it's fun. That ain't what you think it is. That ain't what you think it is, bruh. When you get out of the hood and you live in real life, you're going to realize that what you've been doing and believing is crazy. Your mom and daddy not being together is crazy. That's not normal. Living in the house of domestic violence, that's not normal. Watching your mama and them fight ain't normal. Having to fight your cousin and them on a day-to-day, you know what I'm saying? That ain't normal. Smoking weed, looking at Playboy when you an 8-year-old, that ain't normal. You get out of the real world and sagging your pants and gang banging and thugging ain't normal. I'm just speaking on my own personal experience. I used to think that was normal. So good. I said all that to say that cops are not racist with other cops. And this is not a white thing and a black thing. These are cops that are mourning the death of an officer that was retired, that was respectable, at the hands of an idiot that should burn in hell while in the electric chair. Roll the clip.
Okay, so let's try to armchair quarterback what we believe is going on here right now. So Hinton was escorted by police from Claremont County into the courtroom right here. There was some sort of commotion right outside with police officers then quickly escorting Hinton back out, likely for his own safety. His attorney remaining in the courtroom there with the judge. So this, of course, the man accused of hitting and killing that retired sheriff's deputy, making his no bond appearance. Okay, now we're listening outside.
And the crazy thing is, they wasn't this hyped up and mad and hurt and when his son had a gun in a stolen car. The time to be, that's my brother, bro. The time to be fighting in the courtroom should be fighting for that boy to have somewhere to stay so he not sleeping in a stolen car with a gun. That's the time where y'all need to be angry and talk about that my family, bro. Y'all willing to fight. Y'all willing to go the distance for your kinfolk. But when the boy was out there with nowhere to stay, when the boy out there thugging, and where y'all at? Y'all don't want to come to his rescue. He all right. And now he dead, and his daddy pretty much dead. Now y'all want to show up somewhere. That's your family now. That boy should have never had a gun. He was 18. That boy should have never been in a stolen vehicle. He should have been sleeping in a bed. That boy should have never lost his life. He should have been at school getting an education. But y'all sorry suckers don't do nothing till they dead. You don't care till the boy dead. You don't go fund me till he's dead. God, it made me mad. That boy dead. It's not a joke. It's not hyperbole. He's dead. The boy is dead. Somebody's son will never see the light of day again. And that police officer's dead. Wasn't doing nothing. The man retired. He's just directing traffic. That's all he's doing. He get killed. Dead. He had a family. People that cared about him. Memories. People distraught. There's so many dudes I work with on the police department that I was super close to. If they died, I'd have been distraught. I'd need counseling. They were some of my good friends. Some of my best friends. We put our life on the line for each other every single day. That level of that connection to somebody that you put your life on the line for every day. Y'all going through situations where you could die and you with them. You ain't with your mama. You're not with your daddy. You're not with your kids. You're not with your wife. You and him went in that house and almost died. And it was this close to never seeing the light of day again. You and him did it every day. That's closer than a brother. That's closer than a friend. And somebody take his life. You got dog right them cops mad. That's their brother. And you done killed him because you mad at because your kid is an idiot. It ticks me off to no end, man. It ticks me off to no end. I hope he go to hell for what he did. Now, I ain't God, so I don't get a choice to do that. But I hope he go to hell unless he repent. Now, he repent, he can go to heaven. I hope he burn in hell for what he did to that cop and what he did to his son. Because why his son out here with a gun like that? You failed your son if your son is like that at 18 years old. You failed him. I don't want to hear nobody say you failed him. You should have been a leader. You should have been supportive. You should have taught him the right from wrong. You should have got your together so the boy had a chance. You failed him. And I hope you burn in hell unless you repent to God. Somebody killed me. Just imagine somebody run me over because they mad at somebody else did. What my kids gonna do? I just want to bring it home. What my kids gonna do without me? Why will my son have to go without seeing his daddy ever again? They love me. I'm impactful in their lives. And dead because somebody a loser. That man that went his whole life serving and protecting, and a loser that had probably done nothing with his life killed that officer. I will pay money to watch him get put to death in an electric chair, or I'd love to see the electric chair, or lethal injection. I pay money, and all the money and proceeds go to the police officer's family. I would pay money to watch him go. And the reason I say that is because people do not internalize how devastating losing somebody you love is. They are never coming back. You can't pray it back. You can't think it back. You can't manifest it back. You can't pay for it to come back. That person will always be gone unless you meet them in heaven later. And that man showed no remorse in the courtroom. He shows no remorse whatsoever. He could not care less that his son dead and that cop dead. Put him in that chair and cook it. Turn that voltage up. Use some Tesla batteries. Turn that thing up. I want to see him die for what he did. I'm being superfluous. I don't really care to see that man die, but I really think I hope he get what he deserved, because what he did was wrong.